There you go, Chad, 6:33. All right, now. Okay, before we get going, I got to tell you about what I'm going to be listening to. It's a Dr. Demento show from KMET, but it's one that I recorded back in 1977. And, well, back then, before Dr. Demento, I would sometimes play DJ by myself and play a couple of records on the tape that I was using. And this particular day, well, I'll be explaining it in just a moment, but it'll be my 16-year-old self explaining it. So, at the risk of embarrassing the hell out of myself, here's myself at 16 years old telling you what I'm going to play, but then I can't play it, and you'll know why after you hear this.
Hello. Now, you know I don't usually talk before a Dr. Demento show, but you also know that usually I play a rock song before the doctor show. And tonight, I thought that since he's going to be playing Beatle Dementia, a lot of songs by people doing songs about the Beatles, I thought that instead of playing a regular rock song like this, I thought I'd play a couple, maybe 3 or 4 songs by the Beatles themselves. Alright? So here we go. P.S. I know this isn't the greatest sounding tape in the world, but bear with me. I'm cheap. Another thing I thought I'd warn you about, a couple of these records aren't in the greatest condition, so you might hear a few whistles and pops like, but I can't help it. The thought is there, though.
Oh, sorry, can't do that. We cannot play Beatles here. I'm sorry. We can play this much of the Beatles. So, do I sound any different from when I was 16 to when I'm now? Kind of not, from what I could hear. So, yeah, I'm going to let these few Beatles songs that I put on here play through while we get to the freeway, and then I'll turn on Dr. Demento from November 13th, 1977. Oh great, my side of the window is fogged up. So apparently I was playing Hey Bulldog first. Let's hear a little bit more. Not too much though. We missed it. Yeah, I would tape Dr. Demento all 4 hours every Sunday night back then, as I try to wipe my window clean of fog with my sleeve. And sometimes I would break in, but most of the time I would talk at the beginning, before the show, and then after the show. So you might get to hear some more of me later. Won't that be fun? This is a 4-hour show, so it's probably going to take up maybe the next 2 or 3 Dashcam videos. There you you go, Chad. There's your... Chad just giggled with glee hearing that. Hey, Bulldog. So I wonder what else I played. Ah, no, can't do that. That's a big hit. Certainly can't play a big hit. Alright, you guys, I'm staying in this lane so you assholes can go around me and race to the freeway. They're not doing it. They're staying behind me. I wish you could see behind me sometimes. Right now, if you could see behind me, you'd see that not one, but 2 birds shit on my back window last night or early this morning. I could have cleaned them off, but I didn't want to take the time. Whoa, that didn't sound good. I knew I should have sped up sooner. So, like I said in 1977, the Dr. Demento show we're going to listen to features a lot of novelty songs about the Beatles, and also an appearance by the 5th Beatle, Murray the K, who was Murray Kaufman, a disc jockey in New York that became very closely connected to the Beatles when they first came to America. So you get to hear and tell stories about that. That might not be until the next video, though, because first Dr. Demento is going to play some regular stuff, and not exactly sure when the Beatles stuff starts. It'll be at least after the first hour. And I think there was another topic for that day about television. If I'm not mistaken, if I didn't read the CD correctly, we'll find out later. Okay, I'm coming on. Thank you. Well, let's hope traffic isn't as bad as it was a week ago, 2 weeks ago. It's been getting lighter and lighter, I think, as more people are realizing they gotta stay home. If they don't have to go out, stay home. The illness doesn't like it. And that's what we need to do. We need to do what the illness doesn't like. The illness doesn't like us to stay home. The illness wants us to go out and congregate in groups and infect each other. Whoa! You guys are putting all your cones real close to the lane here, dude. Thought they were supposed to have all that stuff picked up by this time. See, am I done yet? Nope. This might not be the best sounding audio either, because what happened was the guy in Minneapolis, one of the guys from the Mad Music Archive, not Captain Wayne, but Captain Wayne's, I guess, right-hand man, maybe you would call him. He and I were corresponding, and I told him all about all these old cassette tapes of Dr. Demento KMET shows that I had, and how that they were wearing out. I wish there was some way I could transfer them. And he told me he could do that. All I'd have to do is pay for the shipping to have them shipped to him and then back to me, and include some blank CDs, and he'd do all the work of transferring the tapes to CD. So I did that, and I got several of them done, and then we lost contact. But he also sent me quite a few CDs of syndicated shows and live KLSX and KMET shows that I didn't have. Those are the ones that we've been listening to recently. But I thought I'd be daring and try and play one of these KMET 4-hour shows all the way through, well, dividing it up into several Dashcam videos. So we'll see if I get away with it or not. Am I done with the Beatles yet? Nope. I think the sound will be better after I finish playing these records, because like I said, the records weren't the greatest condition, and transferring them onto tape didn't sound so great, but the actual transfer of Dr. Demento's radio show onto tape sounds a lot better. Just waiting for these Beatles songs to finish. Actually, it's such shitty quality, I could probably turn it up and it wouldn't even matter. The YouTube robots probably wouldn't even recognize it as a Beatles song. Clean hands help fight COVID-19. That's what all the electronic freeway signs are saying these days. They're reminding people to wash their hands, and how it's up to them to wash their hands and stop COVID-19, otherwise known as the coronavirus. Oops! Ah! I said it again! The illness! Help me if you can, I've got the illness, and I do really feel kind of feverish. Won't you please help me get over the coronavirus?
Help me, help me, help me.
Is that it? I think that's it.
KMET, Los Angeles.
The doctor is here.
Dimensions and Dementites. It's time once again for the Dr. Demento Show, coming to you absolutely live from the studios of KMET, high above the Hollywood Freeway in beautiful Metro Media Square. And I'm right here with Mary Powell, formerly Mary Bedlam, and Glenn Powell, formerly Glenn Bedlam. And happening along a little later on the show tonight will be the fifth Beatle himself, Murray the K. He'll be joining me between 7 and 8 as we pay tribute to our dear Beatles and other insects. And then from 8 to 9, we'll pay tribute to the Boob Tube. Yes, Dr. Demento will be saluting television with long-forgotten records by some of the most famous and infamous people the tube ever had in black and white or color. We'll show even the black and white that's in color here on the Dr. Demento Show on KMET, where you are absolutely forbidden to take anything that we say or play seriously, especially this.
Waka waka do, waka waka do, waka 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 waka. Opium, reap, 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 a snoop full of snow. Opium, goofball, goofball. Opium, reap, 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 away we go. Opium, fly up high with me. I wanna turn it on with you inside my cozy den. Kiddo, you're my hero. You're my heroine. Run, 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 Leon. Beep, 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 snip a pot. Morphine, morphine. Run, 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 Leon. Beep, 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 mainline shots. Dilated eye. Do waka do, waka do, waka do, waka do, waka do, waka do. Drunk. Do waka do, waka do, waka do, waka do, waka do, waka do. Jump. Do waka do, waka do, waka do, waka do, waka do, waka do. Kicks. Do waka do, waka do, waka do, waka do, waka do, waka do. Take it. You're my smoothie sugar, and you're my poppy seed. Let's connect together, inhaling loco weed. Cut, 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 cuddly poo. A tranquil middle town just won't do. Kiss, 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 kissily do. Cocaine is good for you. T for two and two for T. A horse for you and a monkey for me. Euphoria and ecstasy alone. Together, hug, 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 cuddly walk. Sit around and drag that drug. Yo. I hope the cops don't know boy.
Welcome to the land of dementia.
I'll preach what, dear friends, you're about to receive on John Barleycorn, nicotine, and the temptations of Eve.
Okay, that's it. It is so good.
Oh, once I was happy and had a good wife. I had enough money to last me for life. I met with a gal and we went on a spree. She taught me to smoke and drink whiskey, cigarettes and whiskey and wild vodka, and drive you crazy till drive you insane. Cigarettes and whiskey and wild vodka, and drive you crazy till drive you insane.
I think temptation, will you?
Please, cigarettes is a blot on the whole human race. A man is a monkey with one in his face. Here's my definition, believe me, dear brother. A fire on one and a fool on the other. Cigarettes and whiskey and wild vodka, and drive you crazy, they'll drive you insane. Cigarettes and whiskey and wild vodka, and drive you crazy, they'll drive you insane.
Temptation, will you?
Dear friend, somebody get that bum out of here. Burr out there, repintos, they'll ride on your grave. Two women and whiskey, here lies a poor slave. Take warning, dear stranger, take warning, dear friend. They'll write in big letters these words at them. Cigarettes and whiskey and wild vodka, and drive you crazy, they'll drive you insane. Cigarettes and whiskey and wild vodka, and drive you crazy, they'll drive you insane.
Listen, I want to hear temptation, you hear? That's what I want to hear, temptation.
Hold it, brother. My friend, I'm afraid you're in the wrong place. We don't sing that kind of music here.
Okay. And show us your muscle.
Mama said she was alone when she caught me in the barn. Now you know she didn't come up from behind. She said,
That ain't the way I taught ya. It's a good thing that I caught ya. Don't you know if you don't stop it, you go blind.
can I do bad? Tell her
time you count to 1, 2, 3.
Can I do that? Well, I need my style. Can I throw my smoke? Can I fill my twiddly day? I wanted to do it. Till the girls start making passes. Hell, I need glasses. Just let me be.
Now.
Papa told me, man to man, you grow hairy on your hands. If you keep it up, you're gonna lose your mind. Now maybe there's something to it, but it feels so good to do it that when they say,
If you don't stop it, you'll go blind.
I say, can I do it? Well, I need that style. Can I throw my smoke? Can I fill my twiddly day? I wanted to do it. Till the girls start making passes, till I need glasses, just let me be. Till I need glasses, just let me be. Till I need glasses, won't you let me be? I'm gonna do it. Don't bother me.
Dr. Demento here on KMET, rolling the demo studios and the thrift shops alike for Los Angeles Secret Humorous Recordings there. That one's so new it isn't even out yet. That's Whiz Bang and Can I Do It Till I Need Glasses. Already a golden oldie on the Dr. Demento show, however. And a couple of old ones that they don't sell in the regular stores anymore, but we're more than happy to pull them off the shelf out of the nooks and crannies of our demented cave and give them another spin for you. Alan and Greer starting the show with Snoop Full of Snow and Red Eagle, Cigarettes, Whiskey, and Wild Wild Women on the Dr. Demento show. We're here at 520 KMET. That's area code 213. 520 KMET. Please dial carefully and you can talk to Glenn and Mary and maybe Tyler if he wakes up in time. And once again, repeating a little later in the show, just about 45-50 minutes from now, we're going to have an hour or so, a tribute to the Beatles and a tribute to Beatlemania, and we're going to be talking here in the studio to the fifth Beatle, Murray the K, and then later on a tribute to TV just before the top 10 on the Dr. Demento show.
Alright, I'm gonna wait to start the next segment after I get through the vortex, which gives me a chance to tell you that you might notice a little difference in Dr. Demento's tone on these 4-hour KMET shows, because he wasn't so much constrained to the rigorous time that he had of 2 hours, less than that with commercials, when he did the syndicated shows. So when he had 4-hour shows, he could, like, you know, talk a little more off the cuff. It wasn't as scripted. So when he did the syndicated shows, it was kind of like, it was, I don't want to say it was scripted that he was reading from a script, but he knew what he was going to say, and he, well, I already said he didn't speak off the cuff as much. His demeanor was a little more mellow. I kind of missed that when I listened to the syndicated shows, and he's all wild, but he kind of had to, I don't know, I don't want to say he had to put it on, but he kind of had to develop a wild and wacky persona as Dr. Demento, more in the syndicated shows than he would on KMET, where he was like an underground DJ playing weird stuff. I guy was an asshole that just went around me. Did you see that? Speaking of assholes, I want to get away from this damn truck. Oh, that ain't happening. Mother frickin' trucks. Alright, we'll do it this way. You force my hand. Here we go. Asshole. Fuck you. Didn't know there was a lane here, did you, asshole? No, you didn't. Fuck off. Alright, back to Dr. Demento.
In the next 10 minutes on the Dr. Demento Show, we're going to hear a song from Tom Waits. Now, Tom is going to be giving a show at the Pantages in Hollywood next Saturday, and then next Sunday, week from tonight, he's going to be up here talking to you here on the Dr. Demento Show on KMET, Tom Waits. We're going to start off this set with a record which was sent to me by a fine gentleman by the name of Guy Webster. Now, Guy has been a lot of things. He's taken the pictures that have decorated the covers of lots and lots of albums. One I remember particularly is the first Spirit album, where he took pictures of the 5 original members of Spirit and cut them up to make a single face, a single Spirit face with, I think it had one eye of Randy and Jay's nose and so on and so on. But anyway, Guy is now involved with Wet Magazine, which is certainly one of the more demented magazines around. And he sent me a record of a song that was written some years ago by his father, a very fine songwriter by the name of Paul Francis Webster. He wrote it together with Sammy Fain, and we're going to hear Sammy Fain singing what I guess is a demo of this song done, 15 years ago or so. It was from a show called My L.A., and the name of this one, You Haven't Lived Till You've Died in L.A. Sammy Fain.
Mortals and immortals, and the price is easy to pay. Oh, you haven't lived, no, you haven't lived until you've died in L.A. Love and friendship, happy endship in the jolly Hollywood way. Oh, you haven't lived, no, you haven't lived until you've died in L.A. Marble angels, unobtrusive, Roman fountains overhead, in surroundings so exclusive, it's a privilege to be dead. It's so roomy, love and gloomy, which is why I'm dying to say, oh, you haven't lived, no, you haven't lived until you've died in L.A. When you fade out, you'll be laid out neath a Technicolor display. Oh, you haven't lived, no, you haven't lived until you've died in L.A. Each bereavement an achievement in the art of passing away. Oh, you haven't lived, no, you haven't lived until you've died in L.A. Quiet music, nothing sordid, Victor Herbert on request, or canaries pre-recorded for the pleasure of each guest. Every end is so stupendous that you feel like shouting hooray. Oh, you haven't lived, no, you haven't lived until you've died in L.A. It's so quiet, if you'll try it, you'll be more than carried away. Oh, you haven't lived, no, you haven't lived until you've died in L.A. Every statue gazing at you in the most solicitous way says you haven't lived, no, you haven't lived until you've died in L.A. No old-fashioned mausoleum that may crumble or decay, but a jolly Coliseum that has room for all L.A. You can chuck it, kick the bucket on a rickshaw ride to cafe, but you haven't lived, no, you haven't lived until you've died in L.A. It's a treat first, going feet first, underneath a glamorous spray. Oh, you haven't lived, no, you haven't lived until you've died in L.A. You arriving like a driving, but you don't go out the same way. Oh, you haven't lived, no, you haven't lived until you've died in LA. In the summer, it's hot out, our good nature never halts. You can always rent your plot out, try our air-conditioned vaults. Choice locations for vacations, make your reservations today. Oh, you haven't lived, no, you haven't lived until you've died in LA.
Sammy Fain and Paul Francis Webster, you haven't lived till you've died in LA on the Dr. Demento Show. The other day I was looking at a new album called 25 Years of Recorded Comedy. This is an anthology of some of the great comedy recorded hits of the last 25 years. A lot of things I played on the show. Oh, it's got Deteriorata by National Lampoon, and The Argument Clinic by Monty Python. Lots more things from Lenny Bruce to National Lampoon to Stan Freberg. Just a huge range of different styles of comedy. I'm going to play a comedy record, though, that goes back 50 years. 50 years ago tomorrow, this was recorded, and it's the Two Black Crows. And they, of course, had the best-selling comedy records of all the 20s. The best-selling comedy records ever, actually, for a long, long time. Maybe until Bob Newhart and Alan Sherman, people like that came along. Moran and Mac, the Two Black Crows. This is part 5, subtitled Curiosities on the Farm, recorded 50 years ago tomorrow.
Yeah, but I ain't afraid of lions because I used to live on a farm where there were thousands and thousands of lions.
What kind of lion?
Dandelions. And our farm is out in Oklahoma Indian Territory.
Where?
Indian Territory. Oklahoma Indian Territory.
You mean territory?
Yeah, I can't say territory.
Well, you just said it.
Well, I didn't mean to.
Well, where is this Oklahoma?
Oh, it's way out in Africa.
Where?
Africa. South Africa. And we got a lot of wild animals on our farm. We got a rhinoceros.
A rhinoceros what?
A rhinoceros. You heard me. You ain't blind. There's an animal got a great big mouth like that. Look like your brother-in-law. And then we got another animal there. They always show us comical called the hippopotamus. No, the hippopotamus.
A what?
A big animal, look like a mouse. But you wouldn't know what it is.
Why, certainly I know what it is. You're talking about the elephant.
I believe that's what it is. It's a big, tall animal. Got 2 tails.
No 2 tails?
Sure.
No, that big thing in front, that's the elephant's trunk.
Well, that little one behind must be its vanity case. What you know about that, huh?
Well, did you have any windmills?
Yeah, we had 2 windmills, but we have only 1 windmill now. There wasn't enough wind for 2, so we took 1 down.
Well, did you have any pigs?
Yeah, we had a black pig, and his name is Ink. We call him Ink because he runs out of the pen. And then we got black hen. We got black hen layers white eggs.
I don't see nothing wonderful in that.
No, there ain't nothing wonderful in it, but you couldn't do it, could you?
Well, how much do you get for your eggs?
Oh, we get ever so much for eggs. We get 35 cents each for eggs.
35 cents? You know that's a lot of money for 1 egg.
Yeah, but that's a whole day's work for a hen. You got to look at that. What? And we had a lovely horse there, but I had no hay for the horse, so I traded the horse away for 2 loads of hay. And then I had no horse to eat the hay. But the man I traded was a nice man, and he loaned me the horse until he ate the 2 loads of hay. And now we got reciprocity.
Everyone's a winner, bargains galore. Act now, and receive our I give to you, they come in all colors and one size fits all. No muss, no fuss, no spills, you tired of kitchen drudgery, everything must go. Going out of business, going out of business, going out of business sales. 50% off original retail price, skip the middleman. Don't settle for less. How do we do it? How do we do it? Volume, turn up the volume. Step rider, step rider. That's right, it plays and chops, dots and slices, never stops, lasts a lifetime, oh so long. And it plays a mean rhythm master. It makes excuses for unwanted lipstick on your collar. And it's only $1, step rider. It's only $1, step rider. It's forges your signature. Not completely satisfied, Leo back on you. Portion of product for complete refund of price of purchase. Step rider. Please allow 30 days for delivery. Don't be fooled by cheap imitations. You can live in it, laughing it, loving it, swimming it, sleeping it, living it, swimming it, laughing it, loving it, and it entertains visiting relatives. It turns a sandwich into a banquet. It walks your dog. It doubles on sacks. Doubles on sacks. You can jump back, jack. See you later, alligator. See you later, alligator. And it steals your car. It gets rid of your gambling debts. It quits smoking as a friend, as a companion. It's the only product you will ever need. Follow these easy assembly instructions. It never needs ironing. Well, it takes weights off hips, bust, thighs, chin, midriff, gets you dandruff. It finds you a job. It is a job. No, it's improved, it's old-fashioned. Well, it takes care of business. Never needs minding, never needs minding, never needs minding. We're going out of business. We'll give you the business. Get on the business end of all. Going out of business. Sale, receive all. Free brochure. Free brochure. Read the easy to follow. Assembly instructions. Batteries not included. Send before midnight tomorrow. Terms available. Step rider. Step rider. Step rider. You got it, buddy. A large friend giveth and a small friend taketh away. Step rider. You can step rider. You can step rider.
Tom waits. He's going to step right up to our demented microphone here at KMET a week from tonight. Tom Waits will be our guest in the studio next week. There he was with Step Right Up, and Moran and Mac with Two Black Pros Part 5 here on the Dr. Demento Show in the next set. Oh, we're going to hear all about that hamster love. If you missed that last week, undoubtedly your friends have told you about it. You're going to hear it in the next set, along with one from Tom Lehrer, and we're going to sneak preview the brand new single from Devo right here on the Dr. Demento Show.
It is a job. Well, I'll be darned. Well, hi. I was smart and actually let the rest of this tape go instead of starting up half a song on this side and then turning it over. So it gives me a chance, instead of me flipping around the dials like I did, to say, hi. December 15th, 1989. 3:45 p.m.
Oh, I missed it by 6 days. Today is the 21st of December, 2000. 5 to 5 in the morning.
Anyway, I'm breaking in again, saying that it is 5 years and, what did I say? 12 days later. 5 years and 12 days later. The 27th of December 1994.
Who cares about that? I'm 11 years into the future. You're only 5. Now turn the tape over, please. It's not this tape. This is nonsense.
5 years and 12 days, but it's close enough for me, damn it.
What the hell was all that? Well, after a few years, some of those old cassette tapes would get very old, and the plastic part of the leader tape, the tape that starts out the cassette, it would separate from the actual recording tape part and wind up inside the cassette itself, causing you to have to break the cassette open and reattach it to the leader tape. A big ass mess. So after a while of having to do that, I got tired of it, and so when I would go back and listen to some of these tapes, I would record myself giving a warning, letting people know, whoever you are listening to this tape, that the tape might break if you let it go all the way to the end. Please stop the tape now. And I would also say what the day was, and how many years into the future from the day that it was originally recorded was, and just silly stuff like that. So that's what you were hearing just then. Me breaking in several times, several different years after the fact. But the main purpose of all that was to let the listener know that the tape was coming to an end and you'd better stop now or you're going to have a big mess on your hands. I hope I explained that.
And I got enough time to say, stop this tape now, it's coming to the end, there's no reason for you to listen to anything else, because there's nothing else on there to listen to but me telling you to stop this tape because it's going to break at the end if you don't stop because it's so long, damn it!
It is the art of stereo, so get into any of the 5 Federated Giants. We're in Hollywood, West Delaware.
Dr. Demento here on KMET, and this is going to be a sneak preview of the around town. This is a sneak preview because this record won't be out for a little while, and this will be the only time I get to play it until it's ready to release. This is an acetate copy here. It's been played a few times, so it may not be quite as sparkly and clear as it will be when it finally hits the stores, but I just thought I'd share it with you. It's quite a change of pace from Mongoloid and the rest of them. So here it is, Devo with, well, I think you'll recognize the song. a one-time only sneak preview on the Dr. Demento Show of the forthcoming Devo single, Satisfaction. Okay, here's another new single, Steve Martin. Two of the most famous bits from his Let's Get Small album are now out on a single. Here's one of them.
I'm on drugs. I'm not. I mean, you know what it is. It's the deal, man. I love to get small. It's a wild, wild drug. Very dangerous for kids, though, because they get really small. I know I shouldn't get small when I'm driving, but I was driving around the other day, and a cop pulls me over, and he goes, "Hey, are you small?" I said, "No, I'm tall, I'm tall." He said, "Well, I'm gonna have to measure you. Got a little test they gave you, it's a balloon. If you can get inside of it, they know you're small." They can't put you in a regular cell either, because you walk right out. One night I got really small and got inside a vacuum cleaner, and the drug wore off. I retained the shape of a vacuum cleaner for about 2 weeks. Wild to get small.
I like to dance and tap my feet, but they won't keep in rhythm. You see, I washed them both today and I can't do nothing with them. After I was born, I didn't have a knife, so I tied my whiskers round my legs. I used them for a dye. I chased a polecat off a tree way out upon a limb, and when he got the best of me, I got the worst of him.
That really makes it sound like it'd be a lot of fun to get small. I think I might try it myself after hearing that fine music made by very, very small people. That is the Dwarfs Yodel song from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs from the original soundtrack of that Disney cartoon. And Steve Martin, of course, with Let's Get Small on the Dr. Demento Show on KMET. And coming up, Big Daddy with a song that may just pass up Pencil Neck Geek and Dead Puppies and become the most controversial song so far this year on the Dr. Demento Show. Some people even think that you are supposed to take this song seriously and eat hamsters, but didn't I tell you at the beginning that the first commandment of dementia is never take anything you hear on this show seriously? Big Daddy.
We'll wait on that for a moment. Oh, God. Of course, this light's going to take so long, we probably could have listened to it. After Dr. Demento gave it all that build-up. Here, let me back it up a little bit. That way you can hear the introduction again. Spectrum.com. Alright now, Spectrum. They won't take away my Fox channel like Dish did. Come on, Spectrum asshole. This is why they're so late getting to their appointments to hook your cable and internet up. Because drivers sit at a light going, what time is it? What time for my next appointment? Hey, gas went down again, 4 more cents. Last time I got it here in Fontana, it was $2.77. Now it's $2.73. It can continue to go down. Thank you very much. I appreciate it a lot. All right. I'll be back in a moment. I think this will be about a $23 fill-up. Let's see. Would I like a receipt? Yes, I would, so I can show Chad. All right now. Hi, Mr. Ticket. There it is. I said 23, it was 25. But the funny thing is, when the nozzle clicked off, it clicked off exactly at 23, but I put in an extra $1.65 just to get it up to 25. They charge a 35-cent convenience fee. So if you want to round it off, you gotta, like I did, make it $24.65. All right, we gotta get out of here. The light's gonna change. I did use their squeegee to wash the bird shit off of my window. So I took care of that. All right, now, as Dr. Domino was getting to, well, here, I'll let him explain it again.
It really makes it sound like it'd be a lot of fun to get small. I think I might try it myself after hearing that fine music made by very, very small people. That is the Dwarfs Yodel song from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs from the original soundtrack of that Disney cartoon. And Steve Martin, of course, with Let's Get Small on the Dr. Demento Show on KMET. And coming up, Big Daddy with a song that may just pass up Pencil Neck Geek and Dead Puppies and become the most controversial song so far this year on the Dr. Demento Show. Some people even think that you are supposed to take this song seriously and eat hamsters, but didn't I tell you at the beginning that the first commandment of dementia is never take anything you hear on this show seriously? Big Daddy.
Into your mouth with the shell. just like Amsterdam. La 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 la, la la la, la 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 la, la la
Hi, kids. Can I take your order?
I'll have a big ham with cheese. Give me an extra large order of deep fried stir fry. A little flip hamster tail sandwich and a coffee. Good. Good.
Almost every day during the hunting season, you see at least one item in the newspapers about somebody who has shot somebody else under the impression that he was a deer with a red hat, perhaps. Maybe a large, flesh-colored squirrel. At any rate, it seems to me that this marks an encouraging new trend in the field of blood sports. Deserves a new type of hunting song, which I present herewith. I always will remember 'twas a year ago November I went out to hunt some deer on a morning bright and clear. I went and shot the maximum the game laws would allow. 2 game wardens, 7 hunters, and a cow. I was in no mood to trifle. I took down my trusty rifle and went out to stalk my prey. What a haul I made that day. I tied them to my fender and I drove them home somehow. 2 game wardens, 7 hunters, and a cow. The law was very firm, it took away my permit, the worst punishment I ever endured. It turned out there was a reason, cows were out of season, and one of the hunters wasn't insured. People ask me how I do it, and I say there's nothing to it. You just stand there looking cute, and when something moves, you shoot. And there's 10 stuffed heads in my trophy room right now. 2 game wardens, 7 hunters, and a purebred Guernsey cow.
Every autumn I do get the mood to play that one. That's Tom Lehrer and the hunting song from his first album. You heard it on the Dr. Demento Show, KMET, where we're just about 15 minutes away from Beatlemania. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And Big Daddy with Hamster Love. Coming up in the next set, the ballad of Chowchilla Ray by Robert Goulet. Yes, you're right. It's a very interesting new record, too. Another interesting new one that I have a special fondness for called Let's Play...
Oops. Looks like I cut Dr. Demento off right there. I remember this night, I think it was raining, and I was having trouble getting the station in clearly. There's a lot of static, and sometimes it would fade out. And unfortunately, that's the way it is on the tape. That's the way it is on the CD. I'm going to make another stop up here. So I'll wait a moment to play any more. I have to go to the bank to activate my new ATM card. I could do it over the phone, but I don't know. I feel a little safer doing it at the ATM than giving my info out over the phone. sucks about getting a new ATM card because my current one is about to expire is that now I gotta go to all the things that I have recurring payments with and re-enter my new card with my new expiration date. Things like my storage unit and my Amazon account, my Alexa. Just things like that. Anything that I got recurring payments with, now I gotta go and let them know that I have a new card and here's the new expiration date. Same card number, but different expiration date. Once I do all that, I'll be set for another 3 years. 3 years seems like forever. Look at this guy. Play me a song, dude. Just walking down the street playing my guitar. After this, I'm going to drive by the grocery store. I don't know if I'll actually go in. I might. If they're still doing the lineup thing and it's still several minutes before 8, like right now it's 20 minutes to 8. Ah, hey, Martinez! Martinez Flowers! Hey, Martinez! Sorry, had to do that. But it's 20 minutes to 8, and if by the time we get there it's like 5 or 10 minutes till, perhaps I will risk going inside. Not that I think they'll have toilet paper, but maybe I can get some other stuff. Alright, I'll be right back, and I'll wave at you, Chad. Don't worry, don't worry. New card activated. Now I gotta hand sanitize. They got signs posted in the door there saying stuff about health concerns and new practices they've implemented because they have limited staff on hand. Only a certain amount of people are allowed inside the bank at a time now, and they've shortened their hours and have closed on Saturdays. They were usually open on Saturdays till noon. Now they're closed on Saturdays. So everything is being affected by this illness. Grocery stores, banks, the Department of Motor Vehicles is trying to limit the amount of people going there. Everywhere you go, people are practicing social distancing. Or being encouraged to, anyway. A lot of people are ignoring it, just doing shit normally. And you can't do that anymore. This is a new age. Hey, there you go, Chad. You got another one. That one you got to hear real clear. No car noise or me talking. Bling! You know what that is? It's not me getting mail. It's me getting notified by YouTube that somebody has either posted a video or somebody has gone live. That's what that is. It's not me getting mail like Chad thinks. But it is a notification signal of sorts. Alright, why am I sitting here? I don't know. I'm killing time. If only you knew. Okay, we got 7:45. And, oh, well, let's listen to a little bit more Dr. Demento and see what happens when I get to the store.
This group here on turntable number 2 didn't choose a very elegant name for itself. It's called BS. That's all. BS. And this is their brand new single. Of course, I'm a little bit prejudiced towards this one in view of its title and its theme. And so let's roll the new wave on with Let's Play Doctor by BS.
girl's got 3 legs, but what can I do? I'm not even sure how the other one grew, but when I try to tell her she only needs 2, she grabs me and kicks me with her extra shoe. She is so clumsy, she constantly falls. She's got everybody climbing the walls, but I can't really blame her. It's not her fault. Whenever she tiptoes, it sounds like a waltz. There's more of her than I really would like, and her extra limb is as sharp as a spike, and you never know when or where she will strike. It really looks funny when she rides a bike, but it's in the nighttime that I really dread, cause that's when it's really a pain in the head, and it's so darn confusing when we are in bed. I'm not even sure of which 2 I should. Speaking of appendages, when we go dancing, it isn't a treat. I always get thrown out into the street, and there's no sense of rhythm. She's got 2 left feet, literally. She's better off to remain in her seat. Oh, my girl's got 3 legs, but what can I do? I'm not even sure how the other one grew, but when I try to tell her she only needs 2, she grabs me and kicks me with her extra shoe.
That's Damascus. And My Girl Has 3 Legs, an original on the Dr. Demento Show, and before that, BS, how eloquently that group is named, with Let's Play Doctor. Now here's an eloquent man. I'm absolutely positive this is the first time I've ever played anything by this artist on the Dr. Demento Show, but I always love to play topical songs, new songs about things that are in the news today. Of course, we had a lot of those in the 60s, but it's kind of a lost art today. So since Robert Goulet has brought back the topical song, more power to him, and this is really quite a stirring little number, if I must say so. And it's Robert Goulet's new single, and it's called The Ballad of Chowchilla Ray.
He was 3 stops down on the school bus run when he found himself looking at a stranger's gun. And they said, don't move, because there's more than one. Well, he thought he'd never see the rising sun. In 2 old vans, one black and one white, they packed old Ed and the kids uptight. And with all of them screaming a terrible fright, they drove off into the coming night. But old Ed Ray kept his cool that day, and he did everything that they would say. He knew one move and they'd shoot away, and one dead shot was too much to pay.
What might have been this nightmare? What might have ended in a massive grave?
Was saved by the hand of a bus driving by.
There's some kids who'd like to thank him, and their folks would like to thank him. Yes, the whole world wants to thank him.
Chowchilla Ray.
Chowchilla Ray. Chowchilla Ray. Chowchilla Ray.
One by one, they were told to climb down into an old truck trailer grave down in the ground. Old Ed sure they'd never be found, but he had to be brave with those kids around. So Ed and the boys started digging away, while some of the kids knelt down to pray. They dug out with an old wooden brace as the dirt and sweat clotted up on his face. And as the day was just about to quit, Ed finally crawled up out of that pit. Chavez and Brown helped quite a bit, but Ed kept his pledge they were out of it.
What might have been an endless nightmare? What might have ended in a massive grave?
Saved by the hand of a bus driving by.
There's some kids who'd like to thank him, and their folks would like to thank him. Yes, the whole world wants to thank him.
Chowchilla Ray.
Chowchilla Ray. Chowchilla Ray.
Hard to believe that men could act that way when in innocent children are the ones who pay. We all look forward to a day when there'll be a lot more men. Like Chow Chilleray.
What might have been an endless nightmare? What might have ended in a massive grave?
Was saved by the hands of the bus-driving man.
There's some kids who like thanking, and their folks would like thanking. Yes, the whole world wants thanking.
Chow Chilleray.
Chow Chilleray.
It's the first day of school. I talk to myself as I walk.
This year I gotta buckle down. The 7th grade is serious business.
I'm not wearing pigtails. My hair has been pin curled, frizzy on the ends, parted on the side, and held in place by a red plastic 2 lovebirds on a stick beret. I should feel a lot better than I do. And I did until last May when Miss Fortin called on me to read aloud. Lily Tomlin, you read for us.
Jack is worried. He cannot find the boat. There is water all around the island.
How was I supposed to know? And now I've spent the entire summer hoping and praying that I will not be Lily Island Tomlin for the rest of my life. But deep in my heart, I know it's impossible for 30 kids to have moved and changed schools over the summer. I dread the schoolyard.
Hey, Island! Larry, there's that kid Tomlin, so stupid.
Oh yeah, Island. But like every other kid in America, I have the chance to start over again each September. And after my first day in the 2nd grade, I'm happy. Because nobody seems to remember Island, and because I found the best reason ever to like school. Miss Sweeney.
Miss Sweeney, Mama. Her name is Miss Sweeney. Mama, she looks just like a movie star.
Miss Sweeney did look like a movie star. She looked like Loretta Young. And she wore cashmere sweaters to school. Each one monogrammed with a little M, big S, little A. And one day when I should have been coloring Lake Michigan blue, I peeped up and I saw Miss Sweeney reach inside her cashmere sweater. My heart stopped. As I watched the shape of her hand move slowly under little M, big S, little A. I didn't have breasts yet, I was only 7. But I knew that when I did, I would feel about mine exactly the way Miss Sweeney felt about hers. That day I walked her to her car for the first time. What is it that you wanted to ask me, Lily?
Is your first name Margaret Ann?
How did you guess?
It was just a hunch. Could I call you Margaret Ann?
Well, I think you'd better call me Miss Sweeney.
Yeah, okay.
Well, at least in front of the other children.
See you tomorrow, Margaret.
In my mind, we were friends. Some days, if she was tired after school, I'd understand. It wasn't easy teaching 30 kids how to read and write. I didn't think of myself as teacher's pet. It's just that I had nothing in common with a bunch of illiterate 7-year-olds. I knew Miss Sweeney had a boyfriend, and I had a hunch his name was Darryl. Yes, one day Darryl would walk into class. Miss Sweeney would turn from the blackboard. Their eyes would meet. Darryl would rush to her side, sweep her up into his arms, and give her a long, passionate movie star kiss. Darryl would look at me, the only child not laughing, walk to my desk, lift my eyes to his, and say, "Why, you must be Lily." I'd look at the monogram D on his sweater.
Yes, and you are Darryl, aren't you?
Why, how did you guess? Oh, Darryl, Lily is the very best there is at guessing names. Why, of course, I should have known. Won't you join Margaret and me for a cup of coffee? Margaret wants you to be bridesmaid at the wedding. And then you must come and live with us. I was the first to see him. He tapped lightly on the glass, and she disappeared into the hall. I couldn't see them, but I knew exactly what they were doing. And my blood was pounding from the thought of monogram pushing against monogram. I don't know what came over me, but I turned to the blackboard and I began to draw a beautiful Hawaiian hula girl. The swaying arms, the grass skirt. Beside the hips, I drew little shake marks. And when I drew the breasts, I covered them lovingly with a little grass brassiere. Monogrammed with a little M, big S, little A. In my very best handwriting, I wrote, "Shake it, Miss Sweeney." As soon as she saw the hula girl, she turned right at me and she said, "Lily, this time you have gone too far. It is just not funny." As I stood at the corner of Hamilton and Claremont Streets, I watched the Hamilton bus approach. I decided to throw myself in front of it to end it all. I didn't see her. She showed such promise. Hey, that's the kid that said it. How did it happen? Is there anything? Where's somebody get Miss Sweeney? That's her favorite cue. There's a little Cinderella pencil. Wait. It's too late. And as the crossing guard picked up my limp little body, cradled my little head in his arms, with my last breath, I gazed up at his tear-stained face and I said, "Tell Miss Sweeney goodbye."
Lily Tomlin. That's from her new album, On Stage. Lily Tomlin on the Dr. Demento Show on KMET Los Angeles with Tell Miss Sweeney Goodbye. And Robert Goulet with the Ballad of Chow Chilla Ray. Okay, America, get ready for the invasion.
Not yet. I'll be back. I gotta go. I got toilet paper. Yeah. 6 rolls for $6. Not what I normally buy, but it's just have extra on hand. They're limiting people to 1 package of 6 rolls. All they have in there is Charmin. I usually buy Scott myself. But at least I got some for standby. Slowly but surely, it looks like things are improving. I wouldn't say they're back to normal, but they're starting to get more stuff that people had hoarded over the last couple of weeks. I was able to get a case of water, small bottles of water, and a gallon jug, and just a few extra essentials. They're limiting people to 1 package of toilet paper per household, meaning per customer, I guess, per order. I went back in because I forgot butter, and I thought, I wonder if I could grab another roll of toilet paper, and would they say anything? But I didn't want to risk it, so I just stuck to the 1. I can come back tomorrow, I guess, and get another, maybe. They were already starting to run out of what they had of the Charmin. But like I said, it'll eventually calm down and turn back to normal. That's your lane. This is my lane, old lady. I don't know where you got off thinking you could pull into my lane. Alright, well, I'm going to try and finish up this CD. Dr. Demento's about to start his little tribute to Beatlemania. This was when the original Broadway show Beatlemania started up. And Murray the K, thank you. Murray the K came in to talk about it because he was heavily involved in it. I'm not going to play the whole interview, the whole segment here, but we're going to get a little taste of it, I guess. And then we'll hear the rest tomorrow.
The Invasion.
Hello, everybody. This is Pete.
Sorry.
By and Robert Goulet with the ballad of Chow Chilla Ray. Okay, America, get ready for the invasion.
Hello, everybody. This is Pete on Murray the K Swinging Soiree Show.
And right here in the studios of KMET with me is Murray the Kaufman. Murray the K, Murray Kaufman, live in the studio with me. Say hello to the folks in Dementia.
I certainly will there. How's everybody in Dementia? And I'm very happy to be with Dr. Demento. My name is Murray the K, and it used to be known as Miyasuri the Kiyase.
What language is that?
It's a language called Miyasuri, which is actually started out of and ripped off from an old Carney language. It's the EUS, which you put on. It's EUS, which follows the first consonant or group of consonants of a word. Or if your word is and you put the ES in front of your name because it always precedes vowels. So it's Iazan.
So the name Dr. Demento would be?
Diazocta Diazamento.
Okay. Murray the K, you are known far and wide as the fifth Beatle.
I'm still trying to live it down.
How did you get that name?
Well, actually, it was at a press conference, and I was traveling with the guys. It was one of those things that I never wanted to meet the Beatles because I was on vacation at the time, having done very well and it was my Christmas shows. I used to have shows in New York 4 times a year at the Brooklyn Fox Theater, and we do 6 shows a day for 10 to 12 straight days. And when you get through with a show like that, you are ears out. I mean, wiped out. And I remember going to Florida, getting a call from my program director telling me the Beatles are going to be landing. And I said, fine, get yourself an exterminator, because I'm on vacation, Jim. He said, no, you're coming back. And he brought me back because it seemed that my station was going to be the only station in New York who was going to broadcast the arrival of the Beatles live. And I went out there. We started a conversation. They invited me over to the Plaza Hotel. I went into the Plaza Hotel, and as the story goes, I never left. It was just one of those things that they wanted to get around town and didn't know where to go, and they had heard about me, mostly from all the acts that played the theaters with me, and had been on my radio show, but mostly in the stage show. So when they toured with the Beatles, they told the Beatles about my show. They used to play some of the original cast albums for them. So at least they felt they had somebody who they knew of anyhow, and we hit it off. And one day in Washington, when we were appearing there, and they had a press conference, and the Beatles were putting the press on as they usually do, somebody said, who is that fellow that keeps, traveling around with you guys? And Ringo says, don't you know? And he turned to George and says, George, that chap doesn't know who that is. And says, George says, sure. He says, that's the fifth Beatle. And of course, in those days, the press was really square. We didn't have LA Free Press or the Village Voice or any of the good rock writers that write today. And they were all establishment, and they wrote it up. My station picked it up, and while I was traveling with them, they were, Billy, you're going to hear soon from Murray the K, the fifth Beatle, along with the Beatles. And then Tom Wolfe got very hip. He was in New York, and this was his first opportunity. He wrote this great big 18-page, full of picture articles for New York Magazine, which then turned into his book, Peppermint Tangerine Flakes, that are called The Fifth Beatle. That was Tom Wolfe's first book, and it was about me, and then it just stuck. And when I traveled with them in England, they were billing me there as that, and it was something which I really didn't like. But it was a selfish reason, because I had already established myself before the Beatles, and having this close association, man, it was a drag, because silently I used to pray, hey, come on back, don't tell anybody, we'll go out and have a good time. But every time the Beatles came back into town, they were expecting, everybody in my audience was expecting me to be with them and doing the interviews and all that stuff. And pretty soon, because of the international exposure that I had because of them, and because they had become monsters beyond anything in the history of show business, I kind of felt that, hell, I was not my own man anymore. A lot of my popularity depended on how close I kept my ties with the Beatles. So in a way, it was a drag, and the other way, it enabled me to be able to be involved in things like I'm here for, like Beatlemania. And
We'll talk more about Beatlemania in just a moment.
Right now, stop the tape. Stop the tape. Stop the tape. Stop the tape.
That was me. I don't know when that was, but that was me telling everybody to stop the tape, stop the tape. Which is good because it also is the end of this disc. So there you got a little preview of what's to come tomorrow. Murray the K talking more about the Beatles and Beatlemania. Sorry, Chad, I'm not going to sit here for 5 minutes. Oh, come on now, Danny D. Nope, you had 2 3s at the beginning, and that's good enough. So deuces, peace out, peace tea out, IBC root beer out, 10-4 over and out, 828 and out, which upside down is still 828. How about that? Upside down, right side up, however you look at it. 828, oh, now 829. Bye, click.